Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into Border City Rock Talk. You get great news, great interviews, great interviewees, and sometimes a comedic touch. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment below. If you're a fan of much music in 80s rock and roll, remember Erica Ann, JD Roberts, remember all those cats? You're going to remember Sven Gali and Dave Wanless. How are you doing today, Dave?
I am doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. So on the 13th of June, dropping is live at the El Mocambo. Tell us a bit about that.
So we had an opportunity to play the Amacombo last September, and when we heard about it, we thought, this is a great chance for us to do a live record. So we put it all together and brought in the recording gear and cameras and stuff like that, and just recorded the show. And it went really good. The show was sold out. The crowd was great. The band played. I'm very fortunate singer to have such a good band to sing with, and they knocked it out of the park that night. And we're looking forward to everybody hearing it on the 13th of June. It gets released. We're having a party that night, and we're playing that night. The crew's actually loading in right now to rehearsals, which I'll be heading to rehearsals in a couple hours, and off we go again.
So what have you been doing in the meantime? Like you guys had a couple albums that on BMG Records that in the 90s and then you kind of went silent. You came back with an album last year. What have you been doing on the side, Dave?
Well, all the guys in Svengali, we all have our own businesses, and Andy lives in Beijing, and
Oh,
yeah, and Sean is in Toronto, and he lives up north. He lives basically, I think he lives at his cottage up north, but he has a home here also in Hamilton. Dan is in Oakville, and I'm down here in the Niagara region. And we all do our own thing. But we all have families now, and Dan one day called me out of the blue and said, "You guys want to jam?" We did. And we thought it was going to be an afternoon of just hanging out, but it ended up being 5 years of recording harder than we ever have in our lives.
wow. And I guess with Andy being in China, it's a little harder for you guys to say, "Hey, you want to do a couple of shows at a casino a couple hours away?"
Well, he has we're pretty organized as far as scheduling.
Yeah,
So we have windows that we book ahead way ahead of time,
yeah.
and so it works out.
So this show on the 13th that you're doing, is there going to be anybody opening? Like, I mean, it's going to be the drop party for you guys, but do you have any special guests coming in that maybe pop up on stage with you, or is it just like you're going to just see how it plays out?
Well, it's we're very fortunate to have great fans and people who enjoy the band. The show sold out pretty quick,
Oh,
and so the bar actually is opening up the patio to make room for more people,
wow.
which will be great. It'll be a good time. But we have a lot of friends in the industry that are coming, and until they jump and if they do show up and the people are all there, definitely will be. It's more going to turn into a party than anything else. So we're looking forward to it. And I think with the purchase of a ticket to enter, you get a complimentary LP, the Live at the Elmo Combo LP or CD. We have the new 2025 swag. All is all going to be there also, plus some swag from back in the day that we still have around, some vintage stuff, if you will. So we're just going to bring everything Svengali to that place and a massive PA and have a blast.
So you're saying there's no tickets left, and can anybody get tickets, or do they have to go and get them scalped?
I think I don't know, to tell you the truth. I know that they're going to open up some more tickets because
Oh,
they're
they are.
again,
Okay,
yeah, because they're opening up the this
the patio.
lounge area outside. So I would imagine you might be hearing something about it very soon.
So everybody go to the website. Is it svengali.com? The official?
I think it's either, you know what, I'm the last guy to talk to about this because the guys manage the site, but it's either svengali.ca or .com. Take your pick.
I'll put it down low for everybody. They can go and try to get some tickets as well as purchase some swag and some merch. Now, this question I don't know. I know the songs from the day, but how does Sven Gali get that name? Like, I might be a total for not knowing, but you tell me, how did that come about?
So the cool thing about our band is it all came together in one night. We didn't know each other. I got a call from an agent who said that this bass player is actually looking for a band to play with. Andy and I were currently in a band together, and we thought, all right, well, let's go and let's go check this guy out. So Andy and I drove from the Niagara region out to Hamilton and met Sean TT, our bass player, now our bass player. And so we met him, and we hit it off really well. And he said, I know a drummer. So we said, okay. So we got in the car, all three of us. We went to the drummer's house, and we grabbed a drummer. And then we were all talking, and things were great. And he goes, you know what? We have to call D. So D was playing with Frankie from T&H Head at that time.
Oh yeah,
And
that's right.
so we went over and visited D, and we all just hit it off. So we're sitting around a table talking about music, talking about our goals and stuff like that, and dreams and whatever. And I kept on looking over my shoulder at this black and white TV in the corner, and this movie was on, and it was just like really weird movie. And I'm looking at it, and then I noticed all the other guys looking at it, and then all of a sudden we're all watching it. And this movie was called Svengali. So we ended our meeting, if you will, and the guy said, let's go head out and grab a couple drinks at a bar or something like that. So we we literally got up, we're walking out the door, and then Steve said, what are we going to call this band? And then just right away they said, we're calling it Svengali, and that was it.
That's
Weirdest.
that's that's an original story. You can't there's nobody walking in to say that we were going to call our band Svengali too, but well, that's awesome. Did you ever find out what it means? I'm sure it's, what is it, Portuguese or is it
Well,
Serbian or
Svengali is a movie. It's about a hypnotist, and he's a guy who
oh,
hypnotizes people. So it's
you know what?
1930. John Barrymore, Drew Barrymore's grandfather,
Okay.
is Svengali. Aerosmith called their merchandising company Svengali Merchandising.
Oh
So
wow.
Svengali, I've heard Svengali has been said on CNN,
Yeah.
talking to about politicians who kind of hypnotize people, um, and it's that's basically what it's all about.
You know what? Come to think of it now, I do know the term Svengali. It's like a hypnotist, or an illusionist, something
Yes,
of that nature.
yeah,
Right on. So
exactly.
are you going for a bike ride later? I see your two bikes back there.
Yeah, no, I you know what? I've been chilling out today because we have rehearsals in a few hours, so I just cleaned up my backyard and I got my wife and my bikes out and dusting them off and just chilling out.
You guys don't you guys don't jump the pool, do you? To the neighbor's yard?
You know what? You have no idea what happens back here. So, well,
I'll
you
bet
have
you
to
there's
be
been
here
a few
to live
parties
it.
where those bikes have ended up in the water, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like this is the party place for the kids and for everybody. We have a good time back here. I have an outdoor kitchen, fridges, pizza ovens, um, barbecues, and
where I
everybody.
come from, that's called a resort in the Caribbean.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm from the Sioux,
Yeah.
Ontario here. So, well, Dave, I'd like to thank you for your time. Oh, I can't forget this. Favorite Canadian band or artist besides Rush or your own band?
Oosh.
Everybody says Rush.
Favorite Canadian art, Brian Adams.
Okay, Brian Adams is good. No, I do love Rush, but every like my subscribership is 99% American, and everybody says Rush, and I think it really is. That's probably the only name they remember. Because everybody
Well,
in the States is
I'm a huge fan of Rush, and I had the opportunity to give Neil the drummer of the year award back in the day.
did
Um,
you?
yeah, it was me and the singer of 5440 at the Toronto Music Awards. Um,
Wow.
and but I have we are good friends with Gil from Triumph, and we covered one of their songs, which is another great Canadian band. But
Yeah.
somebody on the outside of all that, I think Brian Adams is an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Loverboy. There's a ton of Canadian bands.
Oh yeah. Killer Dwarfs.
Killer Doors. We're playing with them. The 20th, we're playing with them at the Sarnia Theater, and then on the 21st, of June. We're playing with them at the Phoenix in Toronto.
Well, you know what? I'll find out your website for you, and I'll put the links below, and everybody can check out your shows and get the merch, get the new the Live at the Alma Combo album. The show's on June 13th. If you can get tickets, you can scalp them, just buy them. Make sure, obviously, it's going to be a great show. And what's the opposite of unsubscribe, Dave?
I have no idea.
That's what exactly. As Dave says, subscribe to the channel for these great
Oh,
interviews.
gotcha. I'm sorry. Hey, you got me there. It's been a long
No,
day.
I know.
I got sunstroke being in this yard all day.
Some people think it's a trick question, so you're not the only one who's thinking, well, what do you mean by that? So it's all good. So everybody, thanks for watching and thanks for taking out the time, Dave.
Okay, brother. You take care now, and thank you very much.